Hi, this is Andrew from Flowium, and in this video I'll show you how to get protected from spammers who bombarding your sign-up form and you getting spam subscribers. So I'll show you in this video how to spot them, and second, how to remove them. Okay, so the first thing, why do they do this? By the way, it doesn't matter which software you use. If you do not have double opt-in, you might have bunch of you will be added to, I don't know, like how it's technically work. You will be added to crawlers, spammer crawlers, like bot crawlers, and they will submit multiple forms, opt-in forms. So let's say if you have newsletter sign up or some offer sign up, they will start submitting a bunch of those forms and adding a bunch of spam emails. And how it looks like, I'll show you in a second. So for this example, I'm using Klaviyo, email marketing platform, but it doesn't matter which platform you use. As you can see, the last one, email, it's you can spot the difference, like first name, last name, last name, and email. But here it's like weird tags. If you cannot read Russian, I can understand and I can read Russian. So it's saying like take your money, and here's the link to follow to receive money, like some kind of money, and actually it's saying how much it is. So it doesn't matter, but it's act as a first name and the last name and the email. So how it works, so you understand, if they submitting this form as a first name and last name and submitting, so the email is real. So there's a person with this kind of email. So what spammer is doing, actually it's very smart trick from the spammer's perspective. They damaging your sender's reputation, they damaging your IP, damaging your domain, because they are not sending the email. Your domain, your software sending the email to that person, and in the email it says the message that they want to send to that person. So this person will receive email where it says, hey, here's your money, this is how much, and follow the link. So basically they are sending spam messages on your behalf. So it's probably the easiest way to damage your sender's reputation. And because this person, when they receive your message, they will click in most cases they will click spam, as you can see. And this person probably, I'm just curious if they opened any emails. Yeah, so they did open the email. Okay, so the next thing, how to look for those emails. Like the easiest way, you should create a segment. Doesn't matter which software you use, you should be able to have the same capabilities as we have in Klaviyo. So let's click create a segment. So I like to call them exclude, and I like to call them suppress or unsubscribe, doesn't matter, and spam. What does it say? Why I say exclude? When we schedule a campaign, I'm always doesn't matter which kind of campaign I send, I always exclude that segment. So now we need to look for their first name. So it depends which software you use, but in Klaviyo you click properties, about someone, you click first name. Okay, first name equals, and we do contains, and we contain HTTP, because this is one of the common denominator in all links, HTTP. So do not put HTTPS, or just put HTTP. And also we just want to check the active profiles or active subscribers. So in this case, I do, if somebody is not suppressed, in other words, they are not unsubscribed, they are active subscribers. And as you can see, in this account, we have 9,400 spam emails. So just imagine you're sending your next campaign to 9,000 potential people who will click spam. Just to tell you, it's trust me, it will affect a lot your deliverability, and most of your emails in the future will be put in a spam folder as well as in promotional folder. And just to give you an example, it's 9,400 spam subscribers and 9,900 active profiles. So in other words, the owner of this account, the owner thinks that they have like almost 10,000 subscribers, but it's not real because 95% of those subscribers are spammers. Okay, so next thing. So I just showed you the spam traps. So how to avoid it? So the easiest one is just turn on your double opt-in. However, since we're working with a lot of, most of our clients are e-commerce, double opt-in for e-commerce is not as important. That's why we like to turn it off. So the next advice I'll give you to exclude them. So create some kind of segment, as I showed you before, where it says exclude, so you or your team knows when they send campaigns they have to exclude. And the third thing, constant cleaning. So just constantly suppress those spammers, because I mean, trust me, it will damage your reputation the worst. And that's why it's crucial. Doesn't matter which software you're using, doesn't matter in which industry you are. It's very important for you to do for your email marketing. In case you have any additional questions, please leave them below. Also, I have another video, I'll put it in the card above, for a list of common spam emails, domains, as well as words to exclude. It's not only HTTP, there's some other words. Check that video out and make sure to add those emails or those words or partial words into your spam traps. Something like Viagra or sex or porn. Those are very, very, very common spam words. And if you have it in the first name, last name, or in the email, make sure to exclude them and suppress them. Yeah, thank you.